Welcome to my 7th video recording and the 6th class on kinematics, and today's topic is motion in a straight line. So let's dive straight into this chapter. It's a very interesting chapter because you can visualize things very well here. So now let's begin with an example. So let's assume that you have 2 points A and B and you have a car here. Let me draw the car here. Okay, you have a car here. Let us assume the distance from A to B is, let us say, S. We'll denote it by S, simply by S. And let's say, so the car starts from A, and let's assume that its initial velocity is u and its final velocity as it reaches here is v. Okay, so let's say initial velocity is v and final velocity is equal to, initial velocity is equal to u and final velocity is equal to v. Okay, and what will be the unit for velocity? It will be meters per second. So we'll use meters per second, and this distance is s meters. Okay, always have a clear understanding on the units because it's very important so you don't get confused. And let us assume now if you look at this, the initial velocity and final velocity are not same. They are not the same. They are not the same. So what that basically means is, this car over its journey from A to B accelerated. It's accelerated. Therefore, we call acceleration. We call acceleration is equal to, let us assume it as a meters per second square. Please note the units, very important. Okay, so we'll call, so the acceleration of the car from A to B is, and we'll assume this as uniform acceleration. Uniform acceleration. So we have set it all up now. Clear? So we have our car here. It's moving from A to B, from station A to station B. It's covering a distance of s meters. Its initial velocity is u. Its final velocity is v as it gets to its destination, and it has a uniform acceleration during its travel, which is a meters per second square. Now I'll introduce you to 3 formulas which we will use extensively in the next few chapters. I'll write down these formulas and then we'll go and derive these now. So the first one is v is equal to u plus at. V is your initial velocity, v is your final velocity, u is your initial velocity, a is your uniform acceleration, t is time taken. Your second equation is s is equal to ut plus half at square. S is your total distance traveled, or it is displacement, not distance. Okay, let's be very clear, it is displacement. In our example here, from point A to B, since it is in a straight line and we are assuming that our car is going straight from here to here, therefore in this particular example your distance will be equal to your displacement. For those of you who don't understand this concept, you will have to go back to my video on vectors where I have explained the concept and the distinction, the difference between displacement and distance. Basically, distance is just the summation of what you travel. displacement is your net difference. Displacement is the difference between your final position and your initial position. So go moving forward. So in this case, this S is displacement, right? And the third equation is 2as is equal to v square minus u square. Now these are the three formulas which I want you to actually by heart. 1, 2 and 3. We will be using this extensively in the next few chapters to solve several problems. Now let's derive these. So what is acceleration? How do we define acceleration? Acceleration can be defined as rate of change of velocity. Okay, please understand, this is very important. Acceleration is defined as rate of change of velocity. So anything, when we say rate of change, that means we are just understanding how velocity has changed over a period of time. So what is a change of velocity? What was initial velocity here? It was u. Final velocity was v. Therefore change of velocity is final velocity minus initial velocity. And let's say your bus took how much time, your car took how much time to reach from here to here. It took a time, let's say it took a total time of t, right? So rate of change, so change of your final velocity minus initial velocity by t, that is your rate of change. So this is your definition of acceleration. Now let's solve this. If you solve this, you get v minus u is equal to at, or you get finally v is equal to u plus at. So you see, we have just derived our first equation, which is this. So keep this in mind, very important. Now let's try and do our let's try and derive the other formulas now. Okay, now what is your average? We all know that distance traveled, s is equal to v into t. And what is this v? This is the average velocity, right? And what is our average velocity? It is initial velocity plus final velocity divided by 2. No doubts in this, right? This into t. And now we already have a value of v here, which we have derived here. So can we substitute this value into this v? We can do that, right? So u plus, this is u plus at by 2 whole under brackets into t. So what will this become? This will become 2u plus at by 2 to t, correct? Now, and what is this? And this further implies, so let's now simplify it. So this will become so what will this become? This will become 2u by 2 t plus at square by 2, correct? Therefore we can see this goes, and therefore what we get finally is, we have been calculating this for s, right? So therefore s is equal to ut plus half at square, right? Please note this is exactly what is this formula. Okay, so this is how we derive it. So it's very straightforward. You see, there is no complication. You just have to understand how velocity, acceleration and displacement work together. Now let's go to the derivation of our final formula. So let's do it. Okay, now we know our average velocity, our distance traveled is equal to our average velocity into time. So let's further substitute the values, and we know from our earlier equation that t is also equal to v minus u by a, right? V minus u by a. So we can substitute this here. Therefore, into v minus u by a, right? No problems here. Therefore, what will happen? You can see if you multiply this into this is in what format? This is in the format v square minus u square, correct? Therefore, and obviously down you have 2a. And what are we finding out here? This is nothing but s. So if I write finally, so s is equal to v square minus u square by 2a, or 2as is equal to v square minus u square. If you see, this is our third formula, which is nothing but this one. So it's extremely important that you understand how these these three formulas work together. And also please understand that whether it is the displacement, whether it is initial velocity, final velocity, acceleration, all of these are vectors. All of these are vectors, which means you have to be very careful about the sign convention. What sign convention mean is, in this current example, we assumed your car is traveling in this direction, so we took everything as positive. But we will see later on in many of our classes that we will have to use sign convention depending on the direction in which your body is moving. To give you a quick example, let us say this is your origin. This is your origin, and a car starts to travel in this direction with initial velocity u, okay, and an acceleration of -2 meters per second square, okay, and initial velocity, let's say, as 10 meters per second. So what you will see here, in this case, acceleration is negative. So what will happen is your car will go forward and then come back. So we'll cover this in our next session. We will not complicate this right now, but for now, please understand and derive these formulas yourself, because we will be using many flavors of these formulas. Okay, many flavors of these formulas. We'll be converting them. We'll be trying to use them, substituting the value of a to get v or u, or we may have to find out the time, so, or the total distance traveled, or the displacement. So all these things will come subsequently. So just try your hands at this. Also refer to your textbook on the subject, and I'll see you in the next class. Bye.